Hi all, this is Allmighty and welcome to this video. So in this video we are back with one of the Fischer's games. So Bobby Fischer here plays against Max Euwe. So I hope that it is pronounced Euwe because I'm really not sure. The thing is, I checked multiple sources and every guy pronounces his name differently. I'm really not sure, so please forgive me if I'm doing it wrong. I will call him Euwe throughout of this video, but if I'm wrong, and yeah, please correct me in the comments down below. So Euwe was fifth world chess champion, so we're talking about a really strong player here. So someone who doesn't take chess lightly, as you can see. Also later in life he became the FIDE president. So a very known figure in chess and, as I said, a really good player. So Fischer really needs to show what he knows, but I'm not showing you this game in order to show you how Fischer destroyed a world champion. No, I just want to show you also the other part of Fischer. So in the previous game I showed this beautiful young boy, this great talent showing how he can play his moves against a man such as Donald Byrne, so a very good American chess player. Now I'm going to show you the other side, the side where you can see that Fischer still needs to develop his game in order to play big matches and face greater opponents. So yeah, this is a game from 1957. He had this game of the century in 1956, so he is still in tournament and trainings in order to improve his chess, as I've said. So yeah, let's go into this game, and Euwe is white and Fischer is black. So we have d4 knight to f6, c4 and e6. So this is a bit different from Fischer because his signature opening with black while playing against d4 players is the King's Indian, and here he decided to play e6, and after knight to c3 we transpose into the Queen's Gambit declined. So something that we saw more from Capablanca, but okay. C takes d5, e takes d5, Euwe goes for the exchange variation, and we have bishop to g5, pinning this knight. So yeah, bishop to b4, Fischer responds with the same thing. Not the usual move, bishop to b4, probably a more normal move would be to put the bishop on e7. Here play c6, knight d7, so yeah, c6, knight bd7, go castle, and then put the rook on the e8 and try something on the e-file. But okay, Fischer tries bishop to b4 and we have e3. So Euwe is perfectly satisfied with his position. He is stable in the center, and yeah, he is just developing pieces, and that's it. Nothing too attacking, nothing too defensive, just right in the middle. h6, Fischer asks the bishop, what will he do? Will he capture on f6 or will he go to h4? Let's just examine. Bishop takes on f6, queen takes on f6. Now we have queen to b3 as the best move here, and now you have to play knight to c6 in order to defend this bishop. But the threat is, of course, capturing on d5. So in this position also a possible move is bishop to b5, but we have then bishop to d6, and maybe queen takes on d5. Castles, and in this position maybe black, so Fischer lost a pawn, but he has really good game because now queen has to move somewhere. Bishop to e6 is coming. It isn't quite good to capture on c6 because after this you have rook to b8 attacking this pawn, and the threat is bishop to b7 eyeing this g2 pawn. And even though white is 2 pawns up, black has much initiative in this position and very good compensation. So Euwe had that possibility, but he went for bishop to h4, and now we have c5. So Fischer strikes in the center, and Euwe doesn't want to complicate things. He just plays normal development moves. First bishop to d3, and now knight to c6, and now we have knight to e2. So Fischer is attacking on d4 and Euwe is defending on d4. Nothing too serious. And now we have c takes d4 and e takes d4. The pawns are exchanged. We have isolated pawns in the center, and now this is going more to a kind of a drawish game. We have castles by both sides, putting the kings to safety, and now bishop to e6, defending the pawn once more. So because there are some threats after the white went to castle, capturing on f6, and if queen captures, then you have knight takes on d5. So you have to defend the pawn one more time, and we have bishop to c2. So for me, more natural would have been to play something like first rook to c1 and then maybe bishop to b1 with queen to d3, but Euwe decides to play bishop to c2 right away because, as I said, the threat is to put the queen on d3, and this bishop and queen are eyeing that h7 square. Some kind of checkmate threats, so this is pretty common in this kind of opening. We have bishop to e7, so kind of admitting of the mistake here by Fischer, because now he finally saw that he cannot get rid of this bishop if he doesn't play g5, and a g5 isn't a move that you want to play, so you have to play bishop e7 in order to put the queen somewhere and continue with the development. We have a knight to f4, and now since Fischer lost the tempo, now Euwe kind of starts attacking, because now this bishop on e6 looks kind of weak. He is used as a pawn, so you want to attack him and maybe get rid of him so that black doesn't have a bishop pair. And now I'm not sure how many times actually Fischer played the Queen's Gambit decline, but this is a very wrong by principles move in this kind of opening. So queen to b6 was played, essentially moving the queen so to the queen side, far away from the king side, where soon action will take place. The thing is, just simply bishop to f6, which you have played, bishop takes on f6 and queen to d3. Already white is attacking on the king side, and yeah, threatening checkmate. Instead of queen to b6, a much better move was, for example, queen to d7. If you want to develop your queen, maybe put it to a more active square. Queen to d7 was much better, and yeah, then connect the rooks, put them on c8 and e8, and then continue with your game. But Fischer played queen to b6, and as I've said, we had exchanges on f6 and queen to d3. Already in this position, white is much better because, yeah, he is making threats now. Actually, the best move for black here is to play g6. There isn't any other clear way how you can defend the threat on h7, because the knight was taken, and now you just have knight takes on e6. There is this move of knight to b4, attacking the bishop and the queen, and also discovering an attack on this knight by the queen, but you have a knight to d5. So this is a common motif in this situation, where knight can take on d5, kind of deflect, so take away this knight from attacking the queen, and then try and do some stuff over there. If you take the queen, then we just have simple taking of this queen, and white has attacked this rook and also this rook, and this knight will be taken. In this position, white is much better. So at least he will take one of the rooks, and in this situation, yeah, white is falling apart. But nevertheless, g6 is the best move. But instead of that, Fischer probably saw all of this, and he decided to play rook from f to d8. And now we have first a rook to e1, from a to e1, in order to put the rook on the e file, because king will be escaping this way when the check comes. So we have now knight to b4, queen to h7 check, so moving the king, moving the queen, and now king has to go to f8, and we have a3. So what is the idea behind this move? So the knight, we want to move the knight in order so that we can capture on d5. That way also the bishop can capture. If bishop captures on d5, there is an open e line, and a simple threat of h8 checkmate is coming. Fischer just took on c2 in this situation, and now you can see that young Bobby is still in a great need of training and playing lots of games to get more experience, because falling into a trap like this, yeah, this is not the best approach. So yeah, now in this situation you just took on d5, and after rook takes on d5 and knight takes on d5, in this situation actually Fischer resigned the game. And the reason is, the threat is a simple queen to h8 checkmate. If you play, for example, queen to b2, this is checkmate, because the king cannot go out because of the knight. You cannot capture the knight, because also queen to h8 is checkmate. Now the rook is covering the e-file. You would have to play something like g6 in order for this bishop to guard the h8 square, but now just simple knight takes on b6, taking off the queen. You take the knight, and also rook takes on e6, because after f takes on e6 you have queen g6 attacking the bishop and the knight, and yeah, black is falling apart here. And in this situation, yeah, as I've said previously, Fischer resigned the game. And yeah, so this is a bit shorter video and a shorter game I wanted to show you, in order just so you can see that Fischer was a young guy, still pretty unexperienced, but he's working on it. So definitely working on it and wants to improve his game. First of all, yeah, I was glad that he won the game, but immediately a year after this match was played, yeah, he said that Fischer, that he would never make a mistake like that again, that he will become a much stronger player in the future. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. I would like to thank you for watching it, and I will see you next time.